Mel Gibson appears to be getting back into the director's chair as he's in talks to helm a World War II drama called Hacksaw Ridge. Based on the true story of war hero Desmond T. Doss in 1942, Amazing Spider-Man star Andrew Garfield is in talks to play Doss. Amy Rose buyers sell the sound of Hacksaw Ridge, with Gibson directing and Garfield starring.
This is an enthusiastic buy for me. Regardless of his personal shenanigans, we'll call them, he is a world-class director. He really is. And Braveheart is still one of the most epic war films ever. And if he's returning to this genre, sign me up. Andrew Garfield, brilliant move on his behalf. It's just kind of like Spider-Man. We don't really know what's going to happen with all that, so why don't you slam it out of the park, star in this war hero film with Mel Gibson, a really good director. The story is unbelievable and amazing. I'm already in because I love historical pieces that are based on true stories like this. So I'm in. Mel, maybe this is what's going to get you back in the public eye. So I know you really love him as a director as well.
I'm buying this more than I could buy anything, and I know how touchy of a subject Mel Gibson is here, and I understand. Like, the stuff that he did was horrible.
Pretty awful.
Horrible. Everything that he's done and he's been in trouble for has been horrible. What I hope happens is that this is, like you said, a platform to where he can redeem himself. We all love a comeback story. We love it if he can redeem himself, if people can forgive him. They might not ever be able to forgive him. But in regards to what he's able to do as a director, my God, is this guy talented. He does everything that it needs to be with emotion, cinematography. He knows exactly how to film and to work with a class actor like Garfield. Yeah, I want to see it, but I hope he can get himself back in that beloved status. It might never happen, but I hope it does.
This could do it. Mary?
Yeah, I'm super, super enthusiastically buying this. You know, he wrote, the co-writer, I think his name's Randall Wallace.
Braveheart.
Yeah, he co-wrote Braveheart. He's supposed to, if this happens, he's supposed to write this as well. So that's like yet another reason why I would buy this. I agree, you know, this debate happens all the time of artists. Can you separate the art from the artist? We've talked about this with Woody Allen now, with Bill Cosby, and you know, people do horrible things, and it is tricky and it is touchy, but I'm with you. I love Mel Gibson. I'm a Jew, and I love Mel Gibson. I still love his work, and I think he's, you know, I know he's said horrible things, and I think you're right. I'd like to see him hopefully maybe even come out and publicly talk about what he did and own it and be responsible for it, and maybe this will make people forgive him more. I don't know.
I think when you're, you know, bringing Mel Gibson back into the fray of Hollywood epic big films, there has to be a change in him, you know, because I think that we talk about this all the time. People want to make money. That's it. Yep. So if he is a loose cannon that they're really worried about, I don't think that this film would even be in talks. Again, Passion of the Christ, Braveheart, some of the most visually beautiful, great storytelling. I mean,
I can't even talk about that movie.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's really, it is hard for me a lot of times to separate the personal life from the artist. But I think of anyone with Andrew Garfield and, you know, how outspoken he's been about Spider-Man and the things that went wrong, I think that that partnership could be really incredible because I don't think he'd be afraid to stand up to Mel Gibson. If he did say something, I think Garfield would come out and say, I wish he didn't say this. This is what's going on. I don't think it would be something that's kept behind closed doors.
I know we have to move on from this, but one of the things I think that has helped is that Robert Downey Jr. is very close friends with Mel Gibson, and he's been advocating a lot for Mel Gibson, and that's coming from a redeemable story as well too. Different.
Of course.
Very different.
Very different.
Very different. But the reason I say that is because when you have someone championing, it helps. It helps when you have someone championing. So, and not just from Mary bringing it for being Jewish and you also
I think anyone would be offended by what
you also got to remember what he did with women in general and the abusive conversation. So he's got a lot of people to apologize to. So that needs to happen.
I almost can't.
I would love
it's
to
so
come back,
upsetting.
Yeah, they do.
They do, but it is a tricky. You know, you're right. We have to move on from this, but it is. We could do a whole show on this topic because it is so complex and there's so many moving parts.
We shall see what happens, but it's definitely at least the right formula for him. We'll see how it progresses.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.